Terry, yes, I've got an appointment. Hi, you okay?
Yeah.
Can we come in? It's a bit strange outside, isn't it? Is this it? What the fuck? This looks not... I'm sorry, this is not like it says online. This was like £6,000. Like, is this it?
Yeah, this is the space.
We've got 2 hours to find a new venue, yeah? So if you jump in a taxi now, ring us when you're there and just have a look.
Right, guys, we've got to go to a venue.
I trusted what I seen on the website to be accurate, and honestly my heart just sank because I was like, people have paid quite a few £1,000s to come here. I've got some high caliber people in the room. We've got a billionaire arriving the following day. I'm like, this is just horrific.
I am bringing back conventions because they are needed, they're justified. This is number one in Barcelona. Let's do it.
We're on the flight to Barcelona. Got here on time. Louise forgot 2 things and had to go back. We nearly missed the flight. But we're ready to rock on with that. Ready to go. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna document the whole thing. I'm sure you're gonna absolutely love it. So when I was 19, I got made redundant as a joiner, as a builder, and I stumbled into financial services. I made up a CV and I sent it to loads of different places, and I got a start for a company called Combined Insurance Company of America. And being honest, at that very early point, at that early age, quite naive, I didn't have any life experience really. It was just about money. I thought, okay, so I can use my voice, my brain and my personality to earn money. And instead of using my hands, being a builder, I could use my brain and my personality and wear a suit to work instead of scruffy clothes. And that was definitely appealing to me. And yeah, that was the start. So being honest, the start was just about money, and it was about getting away from being a builder. I mean, I think the perception of financial advisors, mortgage brokers, insurance brokers is 50-odd-year-old men in pinstripe suits with grey hair and coffee breath, right? That's the perception of financial advisors. I obviously wasn't any of those things. So my perception was it was just an older man's game. And you know, I got into it and I started to do really well quite quickly. And I quite liked being the youngest. I quite liked being the new kid on the block, doing more sales than, you know, people who'd been in the industry 20, 30 years, and I'd been in it, you know, 2 weeks. So I quite liked that. But my perception was I just thought it was dominated by older men, and had a bit of a chip on my shoulder to try and change that. Like, I think it's a UK thing that sales is kind of like looked down on in the UK. It's a bit of a dirty word. People don't like to be seen as a salesperson. I just really knew, like, I am a salesperson. I sell products and services, so I'm just going to embrace that and I'm going to learn sales. So it annoyed us that, like, people didn't look at it that way, and they don't in the UK. They don't look at you as a salesperson, or if they do look at you as a salesperson, you are looked down upon. And sales is a fantastic career. I love everything about sales. Financial services sales, even better, because we legitimately help clients with the mortgage or with the protection, and we get paid fantastically well. And trust us, when a wife or a husband rings you up crying because they've just had the mortgage paid off from a policy that you sold them, or they send you flowers or a bottle of wine, champagne for getting them the dream property, it's a good feeling, and it becomes less and less about the money. When I looked at the average advisor, a lot of them were old-fashioned. Because I was young, I was relatively good with tech and marketing straight away. I kind of understood the principles behind marketing, that I have to find leads. We are salespeople. I just think there's such and that's what the Wealthy Advisor Club is, plugging a huge gap. They're plugging a huge gap because I'm offering proper lead gen training, I'm offering proper sales training, mixing old school and new school, online, offline, digital marketing, traditional marketing, old school sales, new school sales, marrying it all together and putting it all together in a place where it actually works because I'm relevant, I'm current, I've built 2 big firms. I'm just putting it all together, and that is the opportunity because that's what others aren't doing. I'm plugging that gap. I'm bringing people together in conferences and huge events like where we're sitting right now in Barcelona. The networks aren't doing those anymore. So I'm plugging that gap. And I'm almost doing everything that the industry needs. But the mad thing is, most of what I'm doing isn't getting done anywhere else. So I think I'm definitely doing a lot of things that is needed, and that's not my words, that's a lot of the members' words, for sure.
So the Barcelona trip is like a convention. So as many of you will know, in financial services for years, conventions used to get done. The top performers in different networks and locations used to go away on a business trip. There used to be a mix of business and pleasure. And for some reason, they've kind of stopped happening in the financial services industry. So the whole point in this is to bring them back, bring the fun, energy and excitement back, because these trips abroad are so valuable. You get to mix and connect and collaborate with other like-minded individuals. You also get some high quality training, but you also have a bit of a laugh as well. And I want to bring those back. So the idea came from simply, I've been on probably 10 or more conventions over the years personally, because I was one of the top performers in Primus, and we're the biggest firm in Primus in the end. And Primus used to do these trips all the time. So the idea simply came from, I'd been on a load of them. I'd seen how valuable they were. There's something special about going away for multiple days with a group of people, because you get to become more friendly with the people who are there. There's often joint ventures getting done. There's often people connecting, collaborating, doing deals between the group. People share ideas, even little things like going for food or having a coffee on a lunch break. But when you're around the same group for 3-4 days, connections are really made. I experienced that when I used to do conventions with Primus many years ago. Some of the best connections and best ideas I ever actually had came from meeting other people in the industry. So again, I want to bring that back. I think it's really needed in the industry. I think there's a strong desire for people to come on them, and anybody who's been on them will agree that they are so valuable. It's not just a big piss up and a big laugh and a big carry on in the sun. Although there's definitely elements of that on an evening, which I think is important. It's the connection, the collaborations you'll make from others who attend, but also the high quality training. My ultimate objective with the whole community is to help the financial services industry. It's to improve it as much as possible. And I think doing events like this definitely does that.
What are you doing, boys?
We're going in. The lads are going out. The girls are staying in. The boys are out to play. TT, TB, MM. We're going out on Barca, do you know what I mean? Out. We're going there. We don't mess about. See ya.
So after a long day traveling, it was only right that we had a few drinks, some food, and enjoyed ourselves. But I did learn a very important lesson.
Don't go out with Tony Taylor. Don't try and drink with Tony Taylor. It doesn't end well.
I thought the worst part of that day would have been the hangover that I had. But it turned out that things got a little bit worse, and there was a couple of twists and turns, you could say, to what happened next.
We're going to see the venue, aren't we? So we're going to check it out, check the sound out, check the stage out, check the training facilities, couple of coffees, get some ads done, bit of scran, then probably a pint of Guinness there. Back on it, hair of the dog and all that. Him, dangerous. Dangerous. Terry, yes, I got an appointment. Hi, you okay?
Yep.
Can we come in? It's a bit strange outside, isn't it? What the fuck's going on the floor? Oh, yeah. Is this it? What the fuck? This looks not... I'm sorry, this looks not... What is this? I'm sorry, this is not like it says online. Like, this does not look like anything like... This was like £6,000. Like,
What?
is this it?
Yeah, this is space.
So, we have got to the venue. It's called Cahoot House. It looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. It looks amazing online. And we've just turned up to a fucking warehouse. A warehouse with dirty floor, absolute shambles, misadvertising. Cahoot House, get that on there, this thing up here. Cahoot House. Yeah, members house. Nothing like it. Complete false advertising, and I'm going to take action against them because it is completely wrong. They've misled us. Now we're going to find another training venue, but it is what it is. It adds to the story. We're going to make it work. The fucking Wealthy Advisor Club's taking over anyway. It doesn't matter where we go. We're going to have an amazing few days. Alfie Best, loads of value. Tony Taylor, Matthew Morley, AI, John McCabe. It's going to be fantastic, and you make the most of it. And the lesson is, regardless what happens, you make it work, and that's that.
Wow, yeah. So the venue. So because I don't live in Barcelona, because we didn't go out in advance of the event, I trusted what I saw online, and I found this what appeared to be a very high quality venue. They said on their website that they had people like Meta there, Typeform, HP, X, Twitter. The venue on the website looked amazing. It had like eloquent, inspirational on the website. It had like this high quality training venue, beautiful floors, beautiful setup, plants everywhere, a huge stage, a huge projector screen, looked like a cinema screen. It looked like a huge high quality venue. And I trusted what I seen on the website to be accurate. So I paid €6,000 for this venue, and we got there, and it wasn't anything like it was portrayed to be. And honestly, my heart just sank because I was like, people have paid quite a few £1,000s to come here. I've got some high caliber people in the room. We've got a billionaire arriving the following day. I'm like, this is just horrific.
Honestly, unbelievable. We've got 2 hours to find a new venue. Yeah. Can you get a taxi to the Intercontinental?
Yes.
Because we're going to the Mandarin, so go to the Intercontinental. We've already spoke to them. So if you jump in a taxi now, ring us when you're there and just have a look.
Right, guys, we've got to go to a venue.
Intercontinental Hotel, yeah?
Intercontinental Hotel. Right.
Who's the bod this
Right, we'll get a taxi now.
Right, all right, ring us when you're there. Cheers, Olin.
All right, bye.
So now we're in the Mandarin. So this absolutely prestigious, beautiful hotel we're in right now. And it feels like we've went from like World War II to then the future. The state of that place. And now look at this beautiful gaff. It's all about pivoting, adapting. Businesses like this, isn't it? Businesses like this. Sometimes things don't go to plan. Sometimes you have to change and pivot. But if you panic, it doesn't achieve a thing. So now we're in a beautiful gaff. We're going to have I'm assuming the room is excellent, exquisite. Gotta be. So we're just going to go with the flow. Oh, yes. Oh, perfect. Perfect. This is amazing. This is what we need. This is what we need.
Positive things of this. I know the weather isn't here all day, so we offer the flexibility.
This is absolutely perfect. Let's just get it locked in. Locked in, deal done, perfect.
Yeah?
I love it. So I rang Louise earlier when we had to change the venue, and I said we had two options. We had the Mandarin, which we're in now, or we had the Intercontinental. And Louise, Anne and Fiona jumped in a taxi, and they said to the taxi driver, take us to the Hotel Intercontinental. And the taxi driver went, oh, it's there. And they went, oh, sorry. So they jumped out the taxi. They went to this place. It wasn't the Hotel Intercontinental. It was the Hotel Continental. And this was the inside.
By like 3:30ish, so in about 2 hours from going from disastrous, we'd secured the new venue, we'd paid for it, we've locked it in, we've sorted exactly where everybody's going to sit, the teas and coffees, the lunches, the projectors, the flip charts. We had it all sorted within 2 hours. And we all thought, right, okay, so let's go and have a drink. Let's go and get over this potentially disastrous situation, and let's go meet the guests. So we then went to the Azul rooftop bar in Barcelona that we'd hired. We had a free bar for a couple of hours, and we went to meet the rest of the guests and celebrated like nothing had even happened.
You know what's missing from financial services, what's missing from the industry is conventions. It's going to places like this. I'm in sunny Barcelona for a fantastic few days with other like-minded individuals. It's missing from this industry. It used to get done all the time, didn't it? But some of the best connections and ideas I've ever had and ever made came from being on conventions with primaries, meeting other like-minded people. And I am bringing them back. I am bringing back conventions because they are needed, they are justified, and you know what? There's demand for them, and they are beneficial because it would help the industry, it would help the firms, it'll help the networks, it'll help the clients, ultimately, it will help everybody. We're going to bring back conventions. The Wealthy Advisor Club is going to be doing multiple conventions, multiple abroad trips every single year because it's needed, it'll be fun, and it benefits everybody. This is number one in Barcelona. Let's do it.
So training day one. So the guests got there on the Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock. It was straight in with, I did a piece on, first of all, thanking them for being there, the agenda, telling them what's going to happen over the next few days. Then I went straight into a recruitment piece. So we talked about scaling your companies. We talked about outsourcing, delegating, how to recruit administrators, how to recruit sales staff, and how to really scale your companies. Because we all know you can only get so far without a team. If you want to reach the highest highs and you want to really scale and drive in a load of revenue and build a big business, that you need to recruit. So I went through my systems and processes to find new people, interview them, onboard them, and really beef out your organization and build. So went through that in the morning. We then had Tony Taylor on, the legend, the Oracle, and he'd done a live fact find experience. So I put a desk at the front of the meeting room and he sold to me live. So he went through how he positions everything, his fact-finding techniques, his questioning techniques. We then had Matthew Morley. He did a session on his full process from inquiry to completion, his full process step by step, which was great. We then had John McCabe, who's an AI expert, who has done AI work for the likes of Subway, Network Rail, some big organizations he's done a lot of AI work for. He talked about how having AI safe and AI compliant brokerage, which is a really interesting session. We did bits on ChatGPT, Claude, and various other bits of software. And that was day one. And then we went out on the evening for a lovely meal. We all connected, collaborated, had some fun, some drinks on the evening. So that was day one. On day two, while we were waiting for Alfie, we did a bit of a mastermind. So the mastermind format is everybody brings a problem, challenge, topic, situation that they want help with. I write them on the flip chart, and then we'll go around the room, we'll answer those questions, and I was given my viewpoint on all of those situations, and everyone in the group was chipping in who had relevant experience. That was 10 till around about 11:30, 12. Meanwhile, I'm like looking at my watch every 2 minutes, like looking at the door, thinking, is he here yet? Is he here yet? You know, I don't have direct access to him. I've spoke to his PA and things like that. So I messaged the PA on the morning, is the flight on time? The flight was delayed 30 minutes. And I'm thinking, oh God, like, is he going to turn up? What's he going to be like? Is he going to be like rude, abrupt? Is he going to not give us much time? Like, what is he actually going to be like? When you get someone as high profile as him, you know, he clearly doesn't need the money. You know, he's a billionaire. Like, a lot of these things go around in your mind. So there's a lot of pressure on me because if he comes in and isn't who we think he is and he doesn't act in a certain way or he doesn't give us time or whatever, it reflects on me, right? So there's a lot of these things go around your head at the time, a lot of pressure. And he got there. As soon as he walked in, I pulled him to the side and had a bit of a chat and I explained, you know, the situation. I explained, you know, what I think I'd love it if he would cover and everything. And you know what? He went to his ask us anything, no questions off limits, anything at all. Monaco, tax, billionaire status, investments, property, business, anything. And I was like, that's just amazing. Because I imagine some people in the public eye like him might say, well, don't say that and don't say that. And we can't cover that. He was just an open book. Lovely, genuine guy. We had lunch when he first got there because it was around about 12ish when he got there. So I had lunch with him. We had a great chat around the lunch table, which was fascinating. And then he just went on and done his talk for 3 and a bit hours. And my God, it was like, I've seen a lot of speakers and I've seen a lot of talks, but I think it was because it was quite close knit and raw. Like, he started crying twice throughout the talk. So passionate, so raw, so authentic. He talked about politics. He talked about Keir Starmer. He talked about why he left the UK. He gave us loads of business advice, things like systems, processes, and procedures, or how you really scale a company. He talked about recruitment. He talked about building a team, trusting your team. He talked about, you know, recruiting people who are better than you in different parts of the business and leaning on them a lot. He talked about property. He talked about investment strategies. He talked about tax. Honestly, I was just in awe. So the party at Gatsby was quality, to be fair. So for me, I looked at this as like an opportunity where I can actually relax, because all my training was done. The high pressure bit was done. I wanted to go somewhere where we can have a laugh. We can have some lovely food, some drinks with a bit of entertainment. And I felt like I could actually relax then a little bit. So we got to Gatsby, unreal venue, really high end. The setup was great. So I had some lovely food. Tony Taylor was getting the bottles of champagne in. We were having a laugh. Dancers on the stage. Entertainment was great. The music was great. And obviously then it turned a bit, you know, as often happens in these situations with financial advisors and salespeople and business people. Shots are out, bottles of tequila and champagne and all of that starts flowing, which was funny. Everyone had, you know, a lot of people had a little bit too much to drink, which at the end of the day is fine. You know, I don't openly encourage people to get pissed, of course, but if people do want to relax and they do want to have fun and have a bit of crack, then that's absolutely fine. Quite a few of the people weren't even drinking and they still had a great night, but it was a cracking night. It was a bit of a late one, but I think it just topped it off perfectly. Yeah, so then after Gatsby, so on the last day, I thought it would be a great idea just to finish it off with just no pressure, no training, because also like doing 2 solid days worth of training is quite heavy. There's a lot to take in, right? And if you just keep doing loads and loads and loads and loads of training, it can get a little bit overwhelming. So I thought a great way to end the trip would be, let's do a tour of Barcelona. So I had a private bus pick us up from our accommodation. So everyone met us there in the morning. Some sore heads, you could say. Everyone got on the bus. Then we went through a little bit of a tour of Barcelona. Then they dropped us off at a couple of different places. Had a walk around. Sun was out. We had a few coffees, a couple of drinks and things. And we're walking around. Everyone's having a laugh, you know, taking pictures. It was just a really nice way to end the trip. We did the tour. We then stopped off at a couple of places. We then stopped off from a walk to a tapas venue. All had tapas together in the afternoon, but I think it was about 1 o'clock, and that just ended it really well. I don't want to say it couldn't get any better, because everything can get better, but I was very, very pleased with it. The feedback has been overwhelmingly good. Everybody sent us messages saying thank you, it was great, loved it, all of that. So couldn't be happier, to be fair. But the way I am, we got back on the Friday, and on Bank Holiday Monday, so 2 days later, I was planning the next trip.
Describe this trip for me.
Phenomenal. So it's obviously it's the first trip, it's the inaugural trip, but you know, we've seen Alfie Best, who's a billionaire. You don't generally get into rooms with billionaires, but more importantly, never mind the billionaires, just the other brokers that are in the room too. We've got loads of information from them, loads of assistance. We're learning and sharing ideas all of the time, and I think just paying to be in the room really with the top of the industry, I think probably that's what I've got most from this trip.
You're just picking up so much stuff off the other people that have come, whether it's tips on how you can use AI. We're just literally talking 5 minutes ago about CRM systems and what's the best ones to use and how someone's been using that and how it benefits them. And these seem like little things can make a massive difference to your business, which you're not going to get if you just keep doing the same things every day and you're just dealing with all the work.
Just standing in a room with a billionaire, nearly need to pinch myself. I am from a council estate myself. Never thought I'd be in the room that I'm in with some of the guys. So the investment that you're putting in to go on a trip like this will pay dividends. People invest in the buy-to-let stocks, shares. Invest in yourself is worth a lot more in my eyes.
I was struggling. I was struggling with leads. I was struggling with getting consistent sales through, and it was affecting my finances. And you know, I wasn't getting the monthly income that I wanted. And then the difference it's made is unbelievable. You know, it's night and day. It's straight away I had a meeting with Terry and he was saying to me, right, well, you know, some of the techniques I'm going to show you in the Wealthy Advisors Club, you'll get from here to here very quickly. And I was like, really? And maybe I was thinking like, well, he's just saying that. But then I think I'd already joined at that point. And I thought, wow, he's really confident and that sounds easy. And he was right. And it's just gone on from strength to strength. And I think there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, so in the grand scheme of things, everyone knows like one good policy or 2 policies will actually cover the trip. But what you're getting, all them golden nuggets, sometimes it's not even the class, it's the nighttime meals or just sitting having a drink with someone who's done it 30, 40 years. And it might be that one golden nugget that will completely, change the way you'll do business going forward.
I mean, the fact is, look, this is not a payment, is it? It's not a cost, it's an investment. And I think knowing that coming here is that investment. I'm very, very clear. Since being part of the club, I recently sold a policy. It was an income protection policy, and the premiums are £375 a month. In 21 years, I've never sold a policy with that level of premium, and I put that down to the protection training I've had and the information and advice I've had from people in this group and on this platform. So it's an investment. Just get off the fence.
I think if you're going to think of it as purely a cost, I can see how you would have reservations for it. But if you think of it as an investment and think, how can I then make, not just the money, there's no point doing it just to make the money back and have a good time. It's how can I then double it, triple it, 10x it. And I don't think you're ever going to get there on your own. Think of it more as an investment. If you say, can I put £1 in, can I get 5 back, 10 back? That's the way to look at it. And you can easily do that. Some of the tips and some of the stuff we've learned. I mean, Tony, for example, talking about trusts, did an example of that, blew everyone's mind, of how much more you can get from a client than whereas everyone else. The example he gave was, I won't talk about it too much, but a client coming to do a remortgage, and most people just get a proc fee, and he's turned it into a £10,000 case. I know it's only hypothetical, but he's doing this all the time. Little stuff like that, you can easily make your money back many, many times over. And like I said, some of the stuff that I've been learning, marketing stuff, lead gen, AI stuff, it's not just making your money back, it's making it back many, many times over. You think of it as an investment, it's a different way of looking at it, I think you'll get a different outcome.
If I was just chasing money to do this, my energy wouldn't be what it is. I know that I've got a higher purpose here that is protecting so many families, and that's why I've got the energy. That's why I'm working more than I've ever worked in my life, and I don't need to work like this anymore. I've got a load of property, I'm in a good place financially. I'm working now more than ever through choice, and I wake up in the morning with massive purpose every single day. That's why I'm investing so much money into this thing, like why we're coming away to places like this, because the mission and the vision and the purpose is huge. So long way to answer your question, but ultimately that we are helping so many advisors and firms nationwide, which in turn helps so many clients, which when you compound it is like, I'm sure everyone watching this can agree that it is a mission that we should all get behind. But the thing is, this is month 12. I'm just warming up, mate, here. This is the start. If anyone thinks this thing's big right now, like just wait until you see what year 2 and 3 is going to do, because we're going to many multiplies of this, 2, 5, 10x this times the size it is now. It will get there for sure, because we're making a huge difference. So there's loads of instances, but fundamentally that's the mission.
So if you've liked what you've seen about Barcelona, this was only the first one. The second, third and fourth are going to get bigger and better every single time. So if you are interested in coming along to Rome, which is going to be June 2027, drop me a line on socials. Depending upon when you're watching or listening to this, the trip might already be live. There might already be tickets available. Drop me a message and I'll send you all the information. And if you'd like to come along, as long as you're a like-minded advisor, a financial services professional, you'd like to come along and experience one of these trips, connect with others, learn a load of stuff, as well as mixing business and pleasure. If you'd like to get involved and come along, drop us a line on social media. It's just Terry Blackburn. You'll find us everywhere. Or join the Wealthy Advisor Club and send us a message on there. I'd love to have you there. I'd love to catch up with you and help in any way that I can. See you soon.